Hello, thanks so much for joining me on this introductory video to the ConsultX system and a little explanation of how it can benefit an accounting firm. I'm Grace LaConte. I'm the Managing Director of ConsultX Washington, based in Vancouver, Washington, but we serve the entire Pacific Northwest and dedicate our time to working with accounting firms that want to move into a consulting role for their business clients. A lot of accountants have a wonderful relationship with their clients. They really build a lot of trust and they're seen as the trusted advisor. That role is an absolutely wonderful thing that business owners look to for advice and for information about how to set up their business for future growth. But the problem is that a lot of business owners are struggling to find new ways to generate more profit or ways to be more confident that they're making the right choices. And that can often lead to confusion about how to make good choices moving forward. So changes in the accounting industry include COVID-19, of course. The impact of that is leading to a lot of businesses closing their doors, a lot of people that are out of work, and of course accounting firms that are sometimes struggling to serve the needs of their clients and whose clients may be actually closing their doors and going out of business. So businesses are in great need of help from accounting firms specifically in how to make better choices for their future. So there are many publications and organizations that talk about the benefits of accountants moving into a consulting or advisory role in business. The CPA Australia talks about how there's a real need for a specialist knowledge. They've done a survey of several hundred CPAs in Australia and how advisory as a role in business is incredibly important for small and medium enterprise business owners. They've also concluded that a holistic business plan is being sought out by 18.5% and that 34.8% of business clients do not have a holistic business plan, one that really is comprehensive. CPA Practice Advisor also suggests that a traditional accounting firm is not sustainable and that it's really important to move into a new form of presenting value to your customers. Accounting Today also mentions that the profession is changing and that it's important to be seen as knowledgeable business consultants where you can offer advisory and planning services and less reliance on compliance work. So you can see that accounting as an industry is really shifting across the world, and the need for expertise in consulting information that helps to make better business decisions is being sought out by more and more business owners. Our brochure, short introduction to what ConsultX does and how it works, gives a short overview of how our system works and why it benefits accountants. So looking to the road ahead, the industry is changing, the economy has changed a lot of how businesses operate, and it's really important for accountants to be looking to the future of what they can do to continue operating and creating more profit for their business, but also serving the needs of their clients. And we really believe that that can best happen when accountants look into a consulting advisory role. So our system is based on a belief that there are three categories of business owners. The one at the bottom here is rescue. 35% of all businesses are basically really struggling. The owner does not have a salary, they don't have equity, and they're actually borrowing from their own home, so they may be in tremendous debt, and the business is losing money every year and doesn't have value for resale. Another 40% is in an improved category, where the owner may be paid a salary, but there's no dividend, there's really no value in the business. Another 20%, there is a salary, but there's no dividend, so they don't really have much ability to sell that for a profit. And at the very top of this, only 5% of business owners not only are paid a high salary, but receive a dividend for the business and also have the capability of selling it for a high value sale. So these three areas, rescue, improve, and grow, is really the foundation of what we believe in ConsultX is important for consultants to know as they approach their clients. We provide a really robust, comprehensive set of both training and resources. Our training is comprised of many, many hours of videos that are cohesive and ready to go, where you can get a sense of how to present this to your clients. We also have a ton of resources of specific information on many different categories that your clients may need to know. We also use a 3-phase approach, starting with client acquisition, which is usually a really difficult thing for accountants to do. Bringing a client on can be a real challenge, especially if you don't know how to market yourself, how to present information to a client that you may have been serving for years with tax work or with bookkeeping or with other accounting services. But how do you present information for this new phase that you might be moving into of consulting? Well, we can walk you through that step by step. We have a really amazing process that starts with a discovery meeting, a diagnostic meeting, and then a proposal and agreement meeting. So let's go over those right now. This is the dashboard where we gather information from each client interaction, starting with, of course, adding them into our CRM system, then going to a discovery meeting where we ask 22 different questions to gather information about what the company is doing right now, how the business owner really feels about that, and what they're looking to do in the future, what their goals are, how they may be struggling, what would happen if they weren't around, and generally what they'd like to see change. And based on that, we help you to gather the 8 top challenges, the key challenges that are causing that business to have problems. We also help you to develop 5 goals and personal impacts for that potential client. So once you get done gathering this information at a diagnostic meeting with your potential client, you would then gather some financial data, which is just the annual revenue, cost of goods, expenses, and payroll, and set up the second meeting, which is a business diagnostic. In this meeting, you would also present several wonderful tools. One of them is called the business triangle. So you would explain that revenue into a business comes out as costs and expenses, and what's left over is the profit. And there are several strategic and operational areas that impact a business. We call this the business triangle. So there are 11 main areas. These on the bottom are grouped into several pairs. But these 11 areas are incredibly important for business owners to understand thoroughly. And so we provide a step-by-step process for you to gather this information through our system so that you can help the business owner to rank themselves and come up with an amount that they could be leaking out of their business in these areas. At the end of this process, you will be able to provide your client, your potential client, with a report that shows the results of your discussions. A diagnostic meeting report that with the assumptions spelled out exactly the way that they told you, the amount of money that they have in revenue, cost of goods, expenses, and payroll, and then also a very detailed list of all the answers they gave on the 66 different questions that you've asked about their profit leakage. So this is an amazing tool that really helps to identify specifically what's going wrong in their business and how they're losing value over time or how they might improve it if things were to change because of your help. So this system is not only able to help you step into this role of consultant, but it also helps you to identify areas that a business owner may never have seen before in their own business. It helps them to get a sense of how urgent it is for them to make changes and then to visually identify where their profit is being lost and the importance of doing something about it right now. And you also will have the tools to be able to solve these problems. So that's the next stage, plan building. A lot of accountants don't have experience making business plans, or maybe the plan that you've made may be very simple, or if it's complex, it may have taken months and months to create. Well, we have a very streamlined process that includes these stages here. We actually make it very easy for someone who may not have any consulting experience to walk through this, and it will actually build the plan for you as you input this information. So at the end, with SWOT analysis and several other tools that we provide for you, you will be able to create this very comprehensive, very detailed plan for your client that has all of the steps that they're going to need in order to make changes in their company and to address all of the profit leakage problems that you've identified. So the third stage, once you've met with them and presented them with the information and they become your client, then you build the plan with them. Then you're going to continue to make progress with your client by setting implementation meetings and also management meetings and meeting them one-on-one so that they have a way to stay accountable. This is an amazing tracking system that we use to collect and then track data And we have a really exciting update coming up soon that will help to forecast this information with predictive data points that's a lot more very, very user-friendly, and will be able to integrate with your current accounting software. So we have all of these ways for someone who doesn't have any consulting experience or maybe some limited consulting understanding to just step into this role with a step-by-step process that's been proven thousands of times with consultants across the world. The performance scorecard that we use in this final phase is you can create new KPIs and keep your client on track to achieve their goals. We also have a Gantt chart, and we include a wheel analysis that's very helpful. This is a way for you to ask questions about their business goals in these different categories that match the 11 that you would have already talked to them about. And then also the personal goals, because a business owner is really tied to their business and may have a lot of fears or problems that are affecting the business based on their personal decisions. So by asking questions and guiding them through the wheel analysis, you can also help them to identify areas where they need to stay accountable and continue to make changes. A lot of accountants who use our software are thrilled with the capability that we provide to not only give them information that they can then transfer to their clients, but also the capability to make better business decisions. So Peter in Australia says that he helps his clients by providing proactive services to tell them where they are now and where they want to be. And Peter also says that he believes ConsultX provides an excellent structure and framework for a logical flow of services and tracking. And this is something that we really are happy to provide based on the use of hundreds of consultants across the years, where we've gathered information so that there's a logical flow of step-by-step processes, because a lot of accountants aren't familiar with how to provide consulting services. John Flynn is another accountant in Ireland who uses ConsultX, and he really likes the robustness of our system. He also believes that it has transformed his clients' businesses because he's able to help them produce a plan when they did not have one to begin with. So as you can see, this is a really robust system. It's very comprehensive. And not only do you have access to all these tools, the wonderful methods that help you to walk through all the problems your client may have step by step, helps you to understand and ask the right questions of your clients, but also you have someone who can stand beside you and walk you through all of these steps so that you can be successful in converting your current clients and future clients to a consulting relationship with your firm. I really appreciate your time in listening to this presentation about ConsultX. And again, I'm Grace LaConte with ConsultX Washington. You can check out our website at consultxwa.com. Feel free to ask any questions you have about our system. And if you'd like to get a demo of the system itself, we'd be happy to walk you through that and talk more about how this can make a huge difference for your firm. Thanks so much for watching.